Hey, Rashad.
Yo, 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 yo. I wanted to see how far like I needed to put the microphone back so it didn't sound like everything was like peaking all the time. I think I'll keep it over here. But I hope everybody's doing well today. Uh I don't know if I should put it like bring the microphone closer. I have no clue. I'm not gonna lie to you right now. I think I'll put it a little bit closer. So if it peaks, if it's like a, I apologize in advance. I just feel more comfortable holding it here as opposed to holding it down here and like hoping that it doesn't peak and it still picks up. Anyways, regardless, this is a little surprise one recording. I have no script, no outline, so these make for the worst videos. But it's been a minute since I've even shown my face, and I've bombarded you all, especially subscribers, with notifications on with like red carpet coverage that you don't care about. So to make up for that and to say a bit sorry and also like catch up all in one swoop, I've decided to pop on and show my face before I head to bed tonight. Yeah, first things first, congratulations to Ryan Howard, the rookie representing the rookie class in this year's All-Star game. Congratulations to Ryan. That's the dog for sure. We got to catch up at some point again. But yeah, congratulations to her. Got off to a hot start. So that the Atlanta Dream, they've kind of crashed back down to reality after a road trip. I believe it was a couple weeks ago. At the beginning of June, they had a road trip, and it was a really tough stretch. It was like Phoenix and Chicago, and I don't know if Washington was on that kind of run, but Washington did beat them up, I think, right before that road trip. And there were a little concerns that I had about Atlanta as far as like how they played against tough competition, like how they played against Washington at home, how did they play against Vegas at home, how they played against just squeezing out the 2 point win or 1 point win against LA at the beginning of the season. The Indianas and Dallas, they were kind of winning comfortably. And those were things that was kind of like, okay, like it's great they have this record, but what do they do against the elite talent? They were beating the Minnesotas, they were beating the Indianas, but what are they doing against the elites of the elite? What are they doing against Connecticut? They lost a couple times to Connecticut. In Connecticut, I believe that was a part of the road trip, and then they lost this past weekend to Connecticut at home. So, um, crash back down to earth for Atlanta, for the Atlanta Dream. But in the big picture of things, they're still 8-11. That is way better pace than they were at last year. And this year's one All-Star for them is a much more positive outlook than last year's one All-Star, where they had Courtney Williams, who's a veteran scorer, scoring 20 plus per game, but it was on a losing team. And she's already a vet. She's already in her prime. So it's kind of like the outlook wasn't, you know, Ryan, the sky's the limit for her. This is her rookie season. This is, everything can look up from here, the knock on wood, everything goes well. So it's just a bit different. It's a bit different this year. Things are looking much better for them. You look at the context of things. Cheyenne Parker's playing amazing this year. Monique Billings, you know what she's going to provide, always energy and things you can't count on the stat. The worst basketball cliche. That's got to be the worst basketball cliche. Things you can't see on a stat sheet. But that's Monique Billings for sure. And I know I have this kind of like back and forth all the time with Bailey, as you guys seen Bailey on the channel a couple times, Bailey Caldwell. Outlet Pass, watch his podcast, salute to him and everything like that. But we have this back and forth about Chennai all the time because I'm like, wow, Chennai, skipping games for the NBA draft on ESPN, 8 points and 4 rebounds tonight, or 4 points and 8 rebounds tonight, man. They really missed her out there. Kind of just like sarcastic things of like, if Chennai's flourishing so well in this other career, why doesn't she just go? Like, there's 144 spots, there's not many spots. And he's like, man, she's great. Like, she adds so much value to the team and this and that. Like, she's still good. And I'm like, okay, I can see where you're coming from, but it's only 144 spots on the team, and she already has another job, which she's doing pretty well in. But like Slim said, shout out to Brittany Sykes when she came on a few weeks ago. No, that was like actually last month. when she came on last month and she was talking about, I never want to take the ball out of someone else's hands. You can't do that because it's like, it's the love of the game. You know what I'm saying? So out of respect, I respect and stuff like that. But yeah, that's his thing. He always says she brings so much to the game when she's on the floor. I'm always watching her. It's the argument of it doesn't show up on the stat sheet. So, anyways, that was my little soliloquy about the cliche. But yeah, where was I going with that? I guess it was just a dream. The dream are just on a better pace than last year. Much better outlook. Cheyenne Parker, that's who I left off on. Cheyenne Parker, Monique Billings, but Naz Hillman is slowly but surely coming on. She hit a 3-pointer a couple of weeks ago, a corner three at the end of the game. Tonight, she's hitting a mid-range jumper. It was nothing but the bottom of the net. One thing about Naz Hillman from watching practice is everything. She works her butt off. Hardest worker out there on the floor of the practice gym, leading the team in suicides, running back and up and down the floor and everything like that. Always first back to hustle, communicating on defense in practice. Screener, left, corner. I got it. Back door. Like she is literally, always kind of used to being the best. Like Team USA is the only time before this kind of team and experience where she wasn't the best player on the team. So she's kind of just she's not going for it. She's not going for just being a bench player or someone who hangs around the league a couple of years before fading off into the sunset. She is fighting for her spot, man, to become like good. And I believe she's going to be really, really good in a few years, in a couple of years. Heck, at this pace that she's going from like where she was at the beginning of the year, not getting PT, to now, how she's improved and how she's found her way into the league. I think it might be like by the end of the season, you're like, oh man, the Dream have something to work with going into next year. And also with the Dream, with these losses, more losses, the Dream comes back alive, pun intended, for that tanking, for that Aaliyah Boston draft, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Or you get Ioka Lee. Wait, Ioka Lee. It's been a minute since I said it. I apologize. Little bro, big bro, if you're watching this. Last time I kept saying Miss Lee because I didn't even want to, but it's Ayoka. There we go. And I remember it because I pronounced it. I spelled it out, the pronunciation of it in the comment section when our brother was like, you just keep saying Miss Lee because you can't say her name. Ayoka Lee. Ayoka Lee and Aaliyah Boston in the draft next year. You can get that big for you. Cheyenne Parker's playing amazing basketball, like I said, but for the future, get that big. Have Naz at the 4. She's learning how to get that shot. Monique Billings at the 4, or you can go. If Naz really develops a jumper, like I know she can, with her work ethic, let's look at this front court. All right, Ioka Lee, Aaliyah Boston at the 5, Monique Billings at the 4, Naz Hillman at the 3. Now you're saying, where does Tiffany Hayes fit in this? Tiffany Hayes got to fit in where you fit in. If you don't fit in, keep it pushing. All due respect, thank you for your service. Elizabeth Williams is now with the Washington Mystics. All due respect. Okay. And then Ryan at the 2. And then you can have whoever the heck you want at the 1. You can have Blake at the 1 still. You can have Ari at the 1. I forgot all about Ari. I'm sorry. Ari's playing amazing this year too. She's taking a leap for sure on the court. Anyways, about that soliloquy about the Atlanta Dream, let's go on. Tina Charles has signed with the Seattle Storm. Doesn't matter. I don't think so. I don't think much. She said, I'll retire once they stop double teaming me and triple teaming me. Well, that might be in September. Because those first, I don't know what that was with Phoenix. I don't know if you quit or whatever happened. Why is Sophie Cunningham screaming obscenities in your name when you guys were just co-workers the day before? What is going on? Will the world ever know? In the WNBA, the patterns that we've shown is we probably will never know what truly happened. Salute to Macy Williams going out and becoming a doctor, chasing her medical dreams and her post basketball career playing plans. Once she discovered training camp was not for me. Salute to Macy Williams, man, over there, who used to be with Phoenix. Evie Peewee, IUPI graduate for women's basketball over there. They made the tournament this year. I'm going off on another tangent. This is why you should structure your videos. But yeah, man. I don't know what happened with Tina Charles in Phoenix. I don't know what happened with Phoenix period this season. I think if anything, it was just kind of the whole BG thing. It's just distracting them, uh, at least to begin the season. And they said we want to play this season for BG and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. When you have the biggest story in sports, or what should be the biggest story in sports, probably what's getting more coverage is Deshaun Watson. But the true biggest story in American sports should be one of the greatest players ever being locked up in a foreign country for over like 6 months, or like, what has it been? It's been about 4 or 5 months now. And it's going to be another 6 months before they even get to a hearing and a trial and blah blah blah. Well, no. Trial starts this week. I don't know. My mind's all over the place. Another 6 months of detention at least, with the trial going on. Blah blah blah. That's that. Seattle, you know, Ezzy didn't be an all-star, didn't become an all-star. That surprised me. Dallas, salute to Dallas. Alicia Gray, not an all-star. Surprising. Marina Mabry, I know Arika Gumawale, she tweeted that out, like, Marina was snubbed too. Mabry was snubbed too. I don't know about Marina. Marina is cold. Don't get it twisted. Marina is cold, right? But I think Alicia Gray had a better case to make it over her this year. Salute to Natasha Howard playing great ball. But that's the thing. Natasha Howard's playing great ball. Do you really need two all-stars from New York? Yeah. Natasha Howard is playing great ball, but do you need two stars from New York? Let me check the standings. We got the internet right here, right in front of our face. Let me check these standings. Okay. I hope you all are having an amazing day, right? You are the best. Okay. Right. Don't let anybody tell you different. They are 8-10. Let me pull this Zoom back up so I can see them. They are 8-10. 8-10. They have two all-stars. Stop it. Natasha Howard is balling out. Sabrina Ionescu caught fire at the end of this first half of the season. Two all-stars is a bit hectic. It's a bit over the top, especially when you have someone like an Alicia Gray not getting in, especially when you have someone like Liz not getting in. I mean, Liz, I don't know why I said Liz. I meant to say Ezzy. I'm thinking of all the Aussies. But when you have someone like Ezzy not getting in, I think it's something, you know what I'm saying? So Emma gets in for Chicago, and so does Kalia Copper, and Courtney Vandersloot. They get in. AT gets in for the Connecticut Sun, as well as who else from Connecticut? Brianna Jones, right? Brianna Jones gets in, and John Quell was already starting, of course. So pretty much their big three. Yeah. Just about the big three got in for the Connecticut Sun. And literal big three. Autumn Jokers is like 6'8". I'm joking. Let me see. Anybody else? Oh, Sky got Sky got in after being voted like 13th by the players. Bro, the pettiness is crazy. And the whole I don't even want to go there. I'll leave that alone. But yeah, salute to Skylar Diggins Smith, who been balling out this season. Had a couple of bad games, including the only one that I saw full live and everything like that in Atlanta, where she went like scoreless or had like 2 points. Plus, they were losing. I'm like, this is not good for Phoenix at all. Brittany Griner, obviously, the only other Phoenix Mercury teammate in it as an honorary member. Salute to Seal, Big Seal. Salute to Sue Bird, Big Bird. She's not Big Bird, but I just wanted to, I said Big Seal, Big Bird. It just went together. Anescu, John Quell, NECA, Candace Parker, Stewie, and Asia Wilson are the captains. Kelsey Plum and Jackie Young, De'Erica Hamby, they all round out the 4 All-Stars. Ariel Atkins, All-Star once again. Second year in a row for Ariel Atkins. I don't know, was she, I guess, would she be considered selected last year, even though she played on Team USA in the game? Anyways, that's all I have. I'm starting to ramble. It's getting later and later. So I'm sure you guys have already clicked off. If you haven't already, I appreciate you so much. This is the road to 5K subs. My name is Rashad Milligan. I hope you all take care of yourselves. And remember what I told you. You are the best, all right? Don't let anybody tell you anything different, okay? All right? Wash your hands. Drink your water. Stay 6 feet apart. Wear your mask when you have to. Wear your mask when you don't have to. Stay safe, okay? That's it. That's all I have.
Hey, Rashad. You can't push us to the edge, trouble from the edge.